Oh, good morning. It is December 22nd, 2018, and we're doing our coffee and a card. This morning, though, we have decided that we are going to pull a card for each of the zodiac signs. And what we're actually going to start with is Capricorn, since we are now in Capricorn territory. So, all you Capricorns out there, let's pay attention. Alright, and shuffle the cards. For anyone who's new and just starting to watch, I am Shelly. You will hear Amy in the background. We call her my Miss Amy. She is my goose. So, our first card that we're going to pull this morning for Capricorn is the Daughter of Swords. We're just going to go ahead and take a minute to look at the imagery on this card. We see the multicolored stars and the owl perched up on the sword. So, I always like to look in my book and read what it has to say. So, honest and insightful. The Daughter of Swords is a young woman whose honesty and insights take her far in life. People truly value her frankness. She learns from keen observation. It almost seems as though she never stops watching. Sometimes this becomes a burden for her as she can't help noticing this or that small detail that could have been done better. There is a potential for her to hold on to those experiences and become spiteful and judgmental. Okay, Capricorn, nobody is perfect, okay? Everyone is perfectly imperfect. So don't hold on to those little details that are holding you back and turning you to judge others and be spiteful and hateful. It's not serving you. It is not serving your higher self. Just know that. So, excuse me, I gotta write it down. Okay. So, Capricorn, Daughter of Swords. Nobody's perfect. Let's not forget that, okay? So next we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. And we've got Aquarius next. So, all you Aquarius out there, let's go ahead and let's see what the cards have to say for you. So I had the Justice card just pop up and come out of the deck. The Justice card, 7 in the Major Arcana. Oh, 8. My bad. Not 7. 8. Is the Justice card. Decisions and karma, Aquarius. With tails entwined, 2 cats look directly at you, waiting for you to choose between them. Which is right and which is wrong? The Justice card implies a weight or heaviness surrounding a choice you have to make. Now is not the time to shun the concept of divine balance or karma. All of your choices affect your life, and sometimes the lives of those around you, both now and in the future. So, Aquarius, if you are having problems making a decision and you're worried about what the outcome is, perhaps maybe you should take time to contemplate on it a little more and understand that your, karmas and divine balance are paying attention to what you're doing. You're not flying under the radar there. You have to make some type of a decision on which is right and which is wrong and what is going to work for you and what is not going to work for you. Okay? But keep in mind that this decision that you make is is going to affect you and the people that are around you. And it's not just a right now thing. It's a longer term thing, whether that be a month, 2 months, whatever is long term to you is what Spirit is telling me. So just keep that in mind. Okay? You want to take care of yourself, but you need to make sure that you aren't leaving someone spiteful and hateful and have that resentment towards you in the end. Okay? What is right and what is wrong. Next we have Pisces. Alright, Pisces. Every time I pull a card, I make sure that I put the card back into the deck that I've already pulled for your zodiac sign. So Capricorn and Aquarius know that if your card pops up again, that just means that someone else is needing to hear that message as well as you. And some of you will get a really great card and a really great reading, and some of you will get the blunt and brutal, honest truth from the universe because she's done dicking around with you. Okay, so Pisces, we see the Temperance card. Okay? It's a wonderful card. I don't mind seeing it in a reading. Every card has something that it's needing to tell us. Okay, so Temperance is healing and renewal. The great blue heron remains calm and peaceful as she blends the opposing elements of fire and water. The Temperance card asks you to be a moderator, much like the heron. Focus on cooperation and compromise. If you've been excessive in one aspect of your life, practice self-restraint and moderation now. You'll find a new sense of healing and balance from bringing a little harmony back into your life. Well, Pisces, are you having some chaos going on in your timeline? So it kind of feels like what I'm getting here is maybe you've been a little stubborn and maybe been a little extra in a certain area of your life, whether that be at work or in your relationship or whatever it is. But you need to practice that self-restraint right now, and you need to bring that balance. You need to heal. I highly suggest meditation on bringing that balance into your life. Just make sure like you are connecting to source energy, that Christ consciousness. Okay, healing and renewal. It's nice to see. Just keep in mind, like it's a yin and a yang. You are blending all the different aspects of your life. It is not solely one thing. Okay, your life is not all about one thing. Your life is many different aspects. Do not forget to take care of those other aspects. Next we have Aries. Okay, all right, Aries. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to see what we've got going on here for Aries. Alright, Aries, we got the Ace of Swords. We're going to go ahead and just look at that card for a minute. And I see the lightning strikes and the infinity symbol wrapped around the sword. Okay. Now, normally swords, carry, a strong message. So, the Ace of Swords is truth and mental clarity. Okay, Aries, I hope you're paying attention. When lightning strikes, the whole world seems to light up for just 1 second. It's as though you can see everything. This vision lingers on even through the storm. Such is the power of the Ace of Swords. Your mind will become clear, your thoughts precise. It's a great time to make those decisions you've been putting off. So, Aries, if you've been thinking about making a decision and you're not sure about how it will go, Just go ahead and trust your intuition. Trust that feeling that you're getting, whether that's coming from, the intuition you have here, the intuition you have here, or the intuition you have in your gut. Wherever your intuition comes from, you need to follow it. Okay, it is time to make that decision. The one that you don't want to make, the one that you're worried about making, you need to make it. Okay? The truth will come out. You're going to have mental clarity. Whatever it is, you already know what it is. Okay? So go ahead and you make that decision. Trust yourself. Trust the universe. Trust, Christ conscious light. You've got this. All right. And next we're going to do Taurus. Whatever. However you want to say it. It's your turn. Oh. All right, Taurus. You get the Death card. And everybody gets scared of this card, but everyone needs to realize that it's actually a beautiful card to see. The Death card is closure and transformation. No one loves the sight of the Death card in a reading. We spend most of our lives denying death altogether, so when this card appears, it's easy to get frightened or to think it's bad. Don't let the drama distract you from the message. Something in your life needs to end. It needs closure. This will happen voluntarily or involuntarily. Either way, you will feel a positive transformation begin after the initial forms of suffering have passed. I don't feel that I need to elaborate on that much because it's very straight and very to the point. Something needs to end. It will end whether you want it to or not. If it's a relationship, prepare yourself for that. If it's a job, start looking for a new job. You know better than I do what is going on in your life and in your timeline. This card, as I perceive it, is just telling me that there is closure and transformation coming your way, and you are going to feel better after it is all said and done. It might suck during the process, but you're going to be fine. Okay? And next we have Gemini. I'm going to go and shuffle up the cards again. I always put the card back in the deck. This is sort of a collective reading, and whoever watches this is who needs to see it. I am a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. There is a lesson everywhere. There's something that you need to know, something that you need to see. Okay, so Gemini, we have the 10 of Wands. Okay. Ten of Wands, Gemini, is burdens, blockage, and difficulty. The Ten of Wands is a difficult card to face. Mental or physical burdens have been weighing on your spirit. Over time, this leads to hopelessness and depression. You simply can't get through to what you want. You cannot see the way. If this card appears in response to a person or a situation, it may be best to simply walk away. But if this card comes up frequently, it indicates you are attracted to negativity. You choose to walk the hard road. Now, if you've had a reading with me and you have had this card pop up, and I know there are some Gemini who have had this card pop up repeatedly, don't let it get you down. You have that blockage, you have that difficulty right now, but it's like it said, if it's in response to a person or a situation, it may be best to simply walk away. Because if you don't, look at the imagery on the card. It's quite dark and pretty depressing. So we don't want that, Gemini. Okay? We don't want that. Next we have Cancer. All right. Hello, all you Cancers out there. Cancer, you also have the Death card. Again, that is that closure, that transformation. So just know you don't need to be scared of this card. When this card appears, it's easy to think it's bad, but something in your life does need to end. It needs closure, and like I said before, you will either make that choice for it to end, or it will end on its own. But positive transformation comes after the suffering. Think of it as if you're into agriculture. I grew up in a farming community. When you burn a field, you're letting it start over. It's rising from the ashes. So kind of think of that Death card and put yourself as like a phoenix. Like, okay, maybe these things are happening, but you are going to rise up from it and be a better version of yourself for it. All right, Cancer. So don't be scared. Well, told ya. Next we have Leos. Well, hello there, Leos. The lions, the lions, the lions. Oh my. Okay, Leo. We have, the Five of Swords. Okay, so we just want to take a look at that imagery on that card for a minute. Five of Swords is self-destruction. All right, Leos out there who are hitting that self-destruct button. Yet another card of warning. The Five of Swords depicts the destruction of the self. You'll be lured into another situation or argument you know to avoid. Your selfishness and desire for power will lead you to defeat. Pain and discord will result. So if you're holding on to something, Leo, perhaps it's a grudge. Maybe you got into a fight with someone recently. Maybe an argument of some type of confrontational happening went down, and you're hitting your self-destruct button. You know not to go down this road, but you're going down it anyways. So if you can make that conscious decision, you can change the way that this is going to go. It is a card of warning. Don't forget that. It is a warning. It's a, destruction of the self. You see the worm there cut in half. Okay? Don't cut yourself in half. Do not self-destruct to that point because of your ego, because of your stubbornness, because of your selfishness. All right? You are the only one who's going to hurt from it. Just you. All right, Virgo. My Miss Amy is a Virgo. All right, Virgos, you got the sun. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and look at that there. And let's see, the sun is 19. vitality, and enlightenment. Imagine for a moment that you are soaking in the warm rays of the sun. It feels nourishing and healing. All your aches and pains just fade away. The Sun card brings this amazing energy into your life. Vitality and health abound, while you feel assurance and clarity in all that you do. Spend some extra time outside today. Be grateful for the radiance of the sun and the life force it brings all creatures. So, my Virgos out there, you have this energy coming into your life. You have, good health. You feel reassured about your decisions. You are clear in everything that you are doing. Just remember to be thankful for all that you have, and make sure that you put that out there in your energy, that you are thankful for all that you have, whether that be the people, your job, your relationships, your home, whatever it may be. Just remember, in the midst of all of it, that you have to be grateful. You have to be thankful for what you have. All right. Next up is Libra. Libra. All right, Libra, you have the Mother of Swords. It's the card that is pulled. So we'll just flip through our handy-dandy notebook. And we will go to Mother of Swords. Sharp and perceptive, Libra. You'll often find the Mother of Swords putting her sharp perceptions to use as a therapist, doctor, or teacher. She's extremely experienced and knowledgeable in her field. Some think of her as all-seeing. This card can sometimes represent a woman going through a difficult time. She may be recently widowed or divorced and usually without children. During this time, there's potential for her criticism to roar. This card is all about the way that you perceive things, Libra. It's, if you are going through a hard time, remember that you make your reality. Okay, you have this experience, you have this knowledge, not just in your field, but in your life as well. And you need to remember that that you make this reality. You make your everyday. Nothing is a coincidence. All right. So there's potential here, but that you have to keep in mind it's all about the way that you see things, and you can change the way that you see things. It comes down to making that decision and you sit and you meditate on it, and you decide, you make that conscious decision that this is not going to bother me anymore, or this is important to me, or this is not important to me. Okay, so if you're going through that difficult time, just remember that you can turn it around. You can sit and you can say, and you can put it out into the universe that you will no longer be having such a hard time. You will no longer continue to struggle. Okay. And next we have Scorpio. Hi, Scorpios. I too am a Scorpio. Oh, Savannah Banana. Okay, so I was just going to pull a card, but I have two cards that have fallen out for Scorpio. Okay, so the first that fell, we have the Hanged Man. Okay, and then we have the Fool. Okay, so we're going to check the Hanged Man first. Sacrifice and letting go, Scorpio. Many people talk about the art of letting go, but what does it really mean? How do you achieve it? The Hanged Man has all the answers. He's the master of non-attachment. This card implies there is a sacrifice or a difficult or painful situation coming up in your life. Though you naturally want to resist and struggle through it, be more like the Hanged Man. Find stillness, open your eyes, and use this new perspective to learn something. You are stuck here either way. For me personally, there is a relationship that I've been trying to let go of, and it has been difficult. And being in my situation that I am in right now, it does make sense for me to see the Hanged Man come up in my reading today. But with the Fool coming out with it as well, these cards are going to go hand in hand for us Scorpios, okay? That is spontaneity, sorry, I cannot pronounce words this morning, and innocence. The Fool is ready to fly. His young wings ache for flight, and with a single step he leaves behind the comfort of the nest to begin the journey through the major arcana. Is he ready? Will he fall? This is a card about beginnings. It points to the side of you that is spontaneous, excited, naive, and inexperienced. Others may doubt your abilities. Be ready to be called the Fool. Be ready to fall. No matter what people say about you, this is your journey, and it has already begun. So these two cards going hand in hand tells me that this process of something that needs to be let go, where am I at here? Sorry, I lost my page. With these going hand in hand, the process of letting go has already started. But us Scorpios, you know us, we like to hang on. Okay? Letting go is not necessarily something that is always easy for us, whether we want to admit it or not. And while I am stuck here in the town that I am living in, I've been talking about moving. It says I'm stuck here either way, but my journey, a new journey for me has already began. And part of that is our coffee and a card a day, which you guys have not seen me take a single drink of my coffee, but it's there on the table, I promise. So, Scorpios, we got to let it go. We got to make that sacrifice. It's going to suck, but it's already started. It's already started. There's nothing we can do to change it. It's started. It's going. Grab your paddle. Let's hold on. We're on that river of the universe. We're waiting for those rapids to come up. We know they're coming. We're ready. We might, hurt ourselves a little bit in the process. It might suck, but I always feel like I'm going to be fine. And you'll be fine too. We'll be all right. So, last but not least, we have Sagittarius. Okay, and we just came out of the Sagittarius, I'm going to call it territory. And I know that the energies that have been coming through the last couple of weeks have been messing with my Miss Amy. And so for those of you Virgos who felt what was going on in Sagittarius, I'm sorry. It's over now. Hopefully you're feeling better now. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we have the Four of Swords, and just go ahead and look at that sweet little lamb there for a minute. This is stillness and mental power. Though threatening storms loom above, the lamb sits in stillness, without fear. Okay, without fear, Sagittarius. The Four of Swords says it's time to look inward and find the mental power to cope with the pressures. It's important to rest. Seek meditation or find literature that focuses on ways to quiet the mind. Take this time to recuperate and move inward before those swords strike. So you have something coming up, Sagittarius, but before it happens, you need to make sure that you take care of yourself so that you will be fine by the end of it. Okay, you look at this sheep, it doesn't look scared at all. this tiny little lamb under these swords. Okay, you have that imagery in his third eye there, on his crown chakra, where his energy is flowing through. Okay, so make sure that you do meditate and you do take that time to take care of yourself. We're all people, and we do have to take care of our physical bodies as well as our spiritual bodies and our mental bodies. All of the bodies. Astro body, all of that. But right now, what I'm feeling more from this today is your mental body, your emotional body. Okay, so take that time to remind yourself that you are a person who has needs. You are a person who does need rest and who does deserve that little extra pampering every once in a while. It's okay. Okay? It's okay for you to go out and spend that $10 on yourself that you didn't necessarily want to spend. All right? Don't worry too much about it. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. That is what this card tells me for you, Sagittarius. And with that completes our coffee and a card. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we will see you again tomorrow.